Okay, what we have here is some bones. These are bones from grass-fed cows. What I'm going to do is make some beef broth. And the first thing I'm going to do is cover this with water and some vinegar to pull out all the blood. Okay, this is the bone broth here. It's been soaking with the water and vinegar for about 15 to 20 minutes. And you can see where the vinegars cause the blood to loosen out from the bone. What I'm going to do next is to wash it thoroughly, then put it on a tray and put it in the oven. This is the bones here. It's been thoroughly washed and I put it on the tray. The next thing I'm going to do is to put it in an oven that's been preheated for 15 minutes at 400 degrees. This size tray and bones, you probably need to just leave it for about half an hour. Now here's the bones. I've taken it out of the oven. It's been in there for half an hour. Could have stayed in a little bit longer, but I'm tired. I'm going to bed. What I did when I took it out is to drain the fat off. Here's the fat in here. Look how much fat came out of those 4 pieces of bones. Now we know that toxins are stored in fat, so we really don't need to get that in our system. That's the reason why I drain the fat off. Some people, when they make bone broth, they just put it straight in the pot with water, but I like to drain the fat off first. Okay, so this is the fat that came from the bones. See how solid it is? Think about how high a temperature you have to put that on for it to melt. So just imagine what happens when it gets into your stomach. This is how it ends up, and it clogs up your cells like a sieve. Just think about putting this into a sieve. It'll clog it up. What I'm going to do now is to put the bones into the pot. I've got a pot of water on the stove here. I'm going to put the bones in, and then I'm going to put some celery, carrots, garlic, and onions. Okay, now I've got everything in the pot now. Last thing is to put a half a cup of apple cider vinegar into the pot, and what that does, it'll pull the amino acids and the minerals out of the bones into the. This is the pot that has the broth. It's been on for 12 hours. I'm going to leave it for another 12 hours. Okay, so here's the broth. I'm getting ready to turn it off. It's all the way down because I actually took some out to put in some soup. I made a big pot of soup, and that's why it's so low. So what I'm going to do now is take everything out, strain it off, then I'm going to let it cool, put it in the fridge because there's still some fat in it, and I'm going to wait until the fat solidifies and I'll be able to scrape it off, and then broth will be ready. Okay, this is the broth now. You can see the rest of the fat has settled at the top. Now I didn't strain it last night. I just took the bones out. I'm going to take the fat off, strain it, and then use it. Now you can actually make batches of this and freeze them. It freezes pretty well, and just take it out when you need to use it.